All right, so let's go over Unit 43, ADRE Audits, Broker Supervision and Control Audit Declaration. This unit overview, we're going to go over Arizona law gives the real estate commissioner the right to audit the books and records of licensees. So Arizona law gives the real estate commissioner the right to audit the books and records of licensees. So that's power from from the commissioner from the Arizona law. This unit looks at the statutes that are specifically referenced on the ADRE website, Audit Division section. Audit Division section. In addition, this unit provides a tour of that portion of the ADRE website and a discussion of the Broker Audit Declaration. So the topics we're going to go over is ADRE Audit Statutes, the tour of ADRE Audit Division website, the Broker Supervision and Control Audit Declaration. After completing the unit, you will be able to explain the ADRE audit process, discuss many of the specific areas reviewed in an ADRE audit, define the purpose of the Broker Supervision and Control Audit Declaration. Okay, so you're going to need to do some independent studying. I'll go over the unit summary and the unit quiz. So for the key points from this unit summary, brokers must have a sign at the entrance to their office that clearly indicates the broker's name and that it is a real estate office. So if you go to Keller Williams, or if you go to IMAV Real Estate, if you go to Big Door Realty, there's going to be a sign, the name must be prominent on the door. Brokers must keep most records for 5 years, 1 year for rejected offers, and accepted offers 5 years, right? Brokers may only employ and pay active licensees. So you can't practice real estate without a real estate license, and brokers cannot pay people without a license a commission. Brokers must review and initial contracts, accept residential leases within 10 business days. If a broker appoints someone to act during the broker's absence, it cannot be for more than 30 days. A salesperson or associate broker may manage a branch office. Records must be maintained in a chronological log or other systematic manner. But here's the key. Records must be maintained in a chronological log. So has to, one after the other, after a lot of other. It's a chronological log, right? Or a systematic manner, right? Has to be some system in place. So we use Google Classroom, and we keep a chronological log of all of our buying and selling offers. Property management agreements must be numbered consecutively, right? Property management agreements must be numbered consecutively and be accessible by the commissioner. So if you have a brokerage, it needs to be accessible by the commissioner. They have to be numbered chronologically. Sales records must be maintained in the broker's main or branch office or at an offsite storage facility. If records are maintained electronically, the commissioner must have access to them, and backup copies must be maintained by the broker. The type of earnest money must be stated in contracts. Rejected offers must be kept for 1 year. When a licensee is acting as a principal in a transaction, the licensee must disclose their license status. Licensees must disclose relationships to buyers or sellers who are related to the licensee by blood or marriage. Who are the licensee's employing broker or who own the brokerage company, or relatives who have a financial interest in the transaction. So, if you ever working with someone and their family or related by marriage, blood, you need to disclose that in the deal. Brokers must place money in a trust account or escrow account immediately unless otherwise agreed to in writing by all parties. Brokers may keep up to $3,000 of their money in the trust account. Property management and financial records must be kept for at least 3 years. Property management accounts must be trust accounts and have descriptive wording in the account title indicating it is a trust account, a fiduciary account, or similar wording. Property managers must deposit money within 3 banking days after receipt. So how long do property managers have to deposit the money? 3 banking days. The broker supervision and control audit declaration is completed at a designated broker's licensee renewal and is a look back over the last 2 years of the broker's business. Number 1, which of the following would not be required to appear on a broker's trust account deposit receipt? Charlie, the name of the brokerage. So which of the following would not be required to appear on a broker's trust account deposit receipt? So the name of the principals, yes. Date of deposit, yeah. The name of the brokerage, no. The deposit breakdown and amount, yes. A broker's supervision duties include all except Delta, managing the rental of properties owned by licensees. So broker supervision duties include all except that one. So managing the rental of properties owned by licensees. Managing the rental of properties owned by licensees. So, brokers have to supervise who? Licensees. But do they need to supervise the rental of properties owned by licensees? No. Brokers, they supervise licensees. Brokers, so reviewing and managing real estate transactions performed by licensees, yes. Managing the use of unlicensed assistants by licensees, yes. Managing the filing, storing, and maintenance of transaction documents, yes. Number 3, fees for broker price opinions, BPOs, broker price opinions, may be paid directly to Charlie, employing brokers. So fees for broker price opinions may be paid directly to employing brokers. So associate brokers, no. A salesperson who performed the BPO, no. Licensees or unlicensed assistants, no. Various statutes and rules address the real estate broker's record keeping and record retention. Which of the following is not required to be available if the department were to audit the broker? It is C, Charlie, broker price opinion. Broker price opinion. So various statutes and rules address the real estate broker's record keeping and record retention. Which of the following is not required to be available if the department were to audit the broker? Broker price opinion. Yeah, so they don't care about broker price opinions. What about settlement statement? Yeah. Earnest money deposit receipt? Yes. Employee records? Yes. They just don't care about broker price opinions. That's not required. Number 5, the broker audit declaration serves all the following functions except Charlie. As I look forward, determining what the broker's activities will be in the 2 years after a designated broker renews her license. So the broker audit declaration serves all the following except that. So again, they don't care about that. As I look forward, determining what the broker's activities will be in the next 2 years after the DB renews her license, they don't care about that. Various statutes and rules address the real estate broker's record keeping and record retention. Which of the following is not required to be available if the department were to audit the broker? C, the broker price opinion. So C stands for Charlie, right? So settlement statement, yeah. Earnest money deposit, yeah. Broker price opinion, no, they don't care. Employee records, yeah. So which of the following is not required to be available if the department were to audit the broker? The broker price opinion is not required. Number 5, the broker audit declaration serves all of the following functions except what? Charlie, as a look forward, determining what the broker's activities will be in the 2 years after a designated broker renews her license. So, yeah, they don't care about that. So, the broker audit declaration serves all the following functions except that. Right? So, as a look forward, determining what the broker's activities will be in the next 2 years after a designated broker renews her license. So, they don't care what your next 2 years are. A, to provide information to the ADRE auditing staff about the broker's real estate practice since the last renewal period. Yeah, they care about that. To provide the broker with an overview of the current Arizona revised statutes and commissioner's rules applicable to licensed brokers and confirm that the broker is complying with those statutes. Yeah, they care about that. As a look back, to review the broker's activities in the 2 years since a designated broker renewed her license. They also care about that. Number 6, which of the following differentiates a general sales trust account from a property management trust account? So you got general sales accounts and then you got property management trust account. What's the difference? Well, it is Charlie. Unlicensed individuals in the employment of the broker may sign for property management trust accounts, but only licensed individuals in the employment of the brokerage may do so with general sales trust accounts. So, unlicensed individuals in the employment of the broker may sign for property management trust accounts. So they may sign for them, but only licensed individuals in the employment of the brokerage may do so with general sales trust accounts. So that's the big difference there. You know, one can sign, but it's limited. The other one can sign, but one may do with general sales trust accounts. So again, which of the following differentiates a general sales trust account from a property management trust account? Well, unlicensed individuals in the employment of the broker may sign for property management trust accounts, but only licensed individuals in the employment of the brokerage may do so with general sales trust accounts. A says GAAP, right? General accepted accounting procedures, right? GAAP, general accepting accounting procedures, is not required for general sales trust accounts, no, but is required for property management trust accounts, no. Bank reconciliation must occur at least once a month for property management trust accounts, but this is not required for general sales trust accounts, no. Deposits must be made to property management trust accounts within 3 banking days, but 5 banking days are allowed for deposits into general sales trust accounts. So the first part is true, the second part kills it, right? So let's see. Which is true? Bravo. Residential rental agreements are not required to be reviewed and initialed by the broker. So, say you want to rent out your house, residential rental agreements are not required to be reviewed and initialed by the broker. That is true. So, single family homes, right? They're renting out their house. I have a house, I rent it out. Do I need a review initial by the broker? No. But what if I have an apartment complex? Hey, that changes it. What if I have a duplex, fourplex? Those need to be initialed and reviewed by a broker, right? Once you go out of residential into commercial, then it changes, right? Because apartment complexes are commercial and those need to be reviewed and initialed by the broker. Non-residential rental agreements may be signed only by the DB. No. The designated broker or any of the broker's licensees must review and initial residential and non-residential rental agreements. Residential rental agreements records must be maintained for 5 years. An ADRE audit of a brokerage company may include all of the following items or areas except what? This is Bravo, except an associate broker's license display. They do not care about your associate broker. Who do they care about? The designated broker, right? Who's the DB? Who's the managing? So there's always, a DB is that managing broker that's going to manage everybody, including the associate brokers. But there's associate brokers that could just be simply, sort of act like a salesperson. So an ADRE audit of a brokerage company may include all the following items or areas except associate broker's license display. They don't care about an associate broker's license display on the front door. Broker's policy manual, they care about that a lot. That's the number one thing they care about. Transactions in which licensees acted as a principal, yes. Salesperson's compliance with commissioner's rules, yes. 1 year is the minimum time period to maintain records for Bravo, rejected offers and residential leases. Rejected offers and residential leases. 1 year is the minimum time period to maintain records for rejected offers and residential leases. So again, 1 year is the minimum time period to maintain records for what? For rejected offers and residential leases. So if you have a rejected offer, do you need to keep it? Yeah. How long? 1 year. If you have a residential lease, how long should you keep the record for? You should keep it for 1 year, minimum. Non-residential leases and rejected offers. No. Purchase agreements and rejected offers. No. Listing and buyer broker agreements. No. A real estate broker is required to have all of the following except what? Alpha General Trust Account. You have to have all of them except the General Trust Account. So a real estate broker is required to have all the following except a General Trust Account. You do not have to have a General Trust Account if you're just a broker. But if you're a broker doing property management, yeah, you won't need a trust account. Do you need day-to-day control of the business? Yeah. Brokerage name displayed in advertising? Yes. A manager at each branch office? Yes. So if you have like 5 branch offices, you need a manager at every single one of them. Do you need a general trust account? No. Number 11, when a property management agreement is terminated, the broker must give the owner a final accounts payable and receivable list and a final bank account reconciliation within a maximum of Delta 75 days. 75 days. So again, when a property management agreement is terminated, the broker must give the owner a final accounts payable and receivable list and a final bank account reconciliation within a maximum of 75 days. Is it 5 days? No. 10 days? No. 35 days? No. 75 days. Which of the following is not true regarding a broker's trust account? It is C. That's not true. The broker's certified public accountant may sign. That's not true. The broker's certified public accountant may sign. So no, just because they're part of the brokers, but even if they're a public accountant, right, they can't just sign it. Who has to sign? The broker has to sign it. Salesperson may be an authorized signatory. Yes. A trust account may contain up to $3,000 of the broker's personal funds. Yes. The salesperson may withdraw trust money to pay commissions. Yes. Yeah, because if it's using, if your broker can have up to $3,000 of their funds, the salesperson can take out money and pay commissions with that. A property management agreement must have provisions for all of the following except what? Bravo, liquidated damages provisions for early cancellation. A property management agreement must have provisions for all of the following except what? Except liquidated damage provisions for early cancellation. Yeah, they don't care about that. Frequency of reports to the client, yes. Disposition of any money, yes. Compensation to the brokerage firm, yes. But liquidated damage provisions for early cancellation, they don't care about that. In which situation must a fee be disclosed in the closing statement? It is C. Escrow disperses commission checks to the listing salesperson with broker authorization. In which situation must a fee be disclosed in the closing statement? Charlie, escrow disperses commission checks to the listing salesperson with broker authorization. This is when a situation when a fee must be disclosed in the closing statement. So when escrow disperses a commission check to the listing salesperson and they have broker authorization, a fee must be disclosed in the closing statement. So sometimes this occurs. So you don't want to get paid by your broker. You want to just get paid directly through the escrow agent, through title company, and the broker has to write it out each time you want to do that on each transaction. It's not always, but you always get paid through the broker. But before the check gets dispersed to the broker from the title company, you can just sometimes say, hey, I want to get paid through the title company, but you'll need a broker authorization every time. A broker agrees to share commissions with a broker in part of the state. No. A broker who represents the buyer's authorities escrows to disperse 50% of the broker's commission paid back to the buyer. No. A buyer's agent receives a retainer fee at the time a buyer-broker agreement is signed. No. Number 15, when a property management agreement is terminated, the owner must immediately be given all of the following except what? Except Delta D, a list of tenant security deposits. A list of tenant security deposits. So when a property management agreement is terminated, the owner must immediately be given all the following except a list of tenant security deposits. So They need, so say you're working with someone, you're going to manage their property, manage it for a couple of years, then they want to choose someone else. Well, you need to give them original or copies of the rental agreements, the building plans, the inspection reports. But do you give them a list of the tenant security deposit? No, it's not what you have to give them. Which of the following is not part of the three-way reconciliation of a trust account? It is Delta signature card. Which of the following is not part of the three-way reconciliation of a trust account? Signature card. Signature card is not part of the three-way reconciliation of a trust account. Is it the bank statement? Yes. Check register? Yeah. Client ledgers? Yeah. Signature card? No. Not part of that. When a property management agreement is terminated, the owner must be given a list of the tenant security deposits within alpha 5 days. So when a property management agreement is terminated, the owner must be given a list of the tenant's security deposits within 5 days. 5 days, the owner should be given a list of the tenant's security deposits within 5 days. 10 days, 30, no, 35, 75 days, no. In order to not replace the designated broker, the current designated broker may be temporarily absent from the company for no more than, Charlie, 30 days. So about a month, right? The designated broker, not the associate broker, the designated broker take vacation for about 30 days, no more than 30 days, and meaning they cannot be absent more than 30 days from the office. So in order to not replace the designated broker, the current designated broker may be temporarily absent from the company for no more than 30 days. So 10 days, no. 10 business days, no. 90 days, no. If they're out for 60 days, what happens? You need to replace the DB with someone else. Either go to another company, get another broker from another company, or appoint another DB. A property management account maintains an annual minimum balance of $1 million. If the brokerage earns 5% interest annually, at what point would the broker be required to remove the interest? It is C, Charlie, when it exceeds $3,000. When it exceeds $3,000. So again, a property management account maintains an annual minimum balance of $1 million. If the brokerage earns 5% interest annually, at what point would the broker be required to remove the interest? Well, when it goes above $3,000, when it exceeds $3,000. At the end of the year, no. At the end of 6 months, no. When it exceeds $5,000, no. The leases and other agreements relating to an office building owned and operated by a real estate broker. Alpha may be audited by the ADRE. May be audited by the Arizona Department of Real Estate. The leases and other agreements relating to an office building owned and operated by a real estate broker may be audited by the ADRE. Are not subject to audit by the ADRE? No. Must be kept for a minimum of 3 years? No. Must contain the wording owner agent? No. All the following apply to earnest money except, Charlie, it must be deposited in the broker's trust account? No. So that is not true for earnest money, right? It doesn't have to be in a broker's trust account. Most times, all the deals I've done, it's never been in a broker's trust account because typically that's mainly for property management. Typically, they just send it to the title company to escrow all earnest money. So A, parties may agree to make it non-refundable. It must be turned over to the broker promptly. Yes. The form must be stated in the agreement. Yes. So C is the only exception. A designated or self-employed broker must complete the broker audit declaration form alpha 90 days prior to their renewal date. 90 days prior to their renewal date. So you got 3 months, before you renew your license. You renew your license every 2 years. You do 30 hours continuing education for brokers, 24 hours for realtors, and and you have to fill out what's called a broker audit declaration form, and that happens 90 days before your renewal date. So this is regarding a designated or self-employed broker must complete the audit declaration form 90 days prior to their renewal date. So 90 days after their renewal date? No. 120 days prior to their renewal date? No. 120 days after their renewal date? No. It's 90 days, about 3 months before you have to renew your license, which is not an appropriate title for a property management account. Delta PDQ Real Estate Company Management Account. PDQ Real Estate Company Management Account. That's not an appropriate title for a property management account. A XYZ Real Property Management Trust Account. Why? Because it has the word trust account in it. ABC Realty Fiduciary Account. Why? Because that has the word fiduciary. So if it has trust account, fiduciary, those are okay. How about QQQ Realty Inc.? Trustee for Richmond Properties Inc. That's okay too. So if it has trust account, any verbiage, and at the end it says trust account, fiduciary account, or if it has the actual person's name, trustee for Richmond Properties Inc., those are okay. Those three, if you have a property management and you want to manage property, you need to have the word trust account, fiduciary account, or name the actual person on the account. That's okay. Now D, it just says PDQ Real Estate Company Management Account. That's very generic, general. It's not going to tell anyone what is the account for. So you go to the bank, you open up a business account, you need to state on there properly what's the title of the account. A property management agreement must have provisions for all the following except liquidated damage provisions for early cancellation. Liquidated damage provisions for early cancellation. So accept that one. So do you need a property management agreement? Do you have to give a frequency of reports to the client? Yeah. Disposition of any money? Yes. Compensation to the brokerage firm? Yes. All right, next up, we're going to go over Unit 44. We're going to review 100 questions.